I'd like to invite everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everyone to the February 7th meeting. All right, minutes of January 17, 2024. We have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Financial report and payment of the bills. We have a motion to approve the financial report.
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Hey Lou, I wanted to mention that I saw another, and Steve, we have a bill down there, and I mentioned it to Michelle for Shager and Gas, and I brought it up last time, but it looks like we're tracking about $900 a month for temporary heat down at the welding shop. There might be a better way that we can go about that. If it's 900 during the winter months, maybe we can put a permanent heater down there for him. Maybe we can investigate that a little bit, but I think there could be a savings there. But I know it's been cold, I know it's temporary heat, but maybe there's something we can do about that. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, Elkton Police Department, Chief, come on down. Tell us a little something.
All right. I'd like to ask Corporal Jacob Brown to come down in a minute. Yeah.
Hey, Doug, sir.
Sure. Whatever works. If you guys, yeah, you guys can kind of come in. No, up there. This way. Okay. So very often our officers are doing great things out there. I'm always telling you guys what great things they're doing. And usually we recognize these things, especially life-saving awards at our award ceremony. But that can be so far, like a whole year, almost a year out from when some of these events happen. And I think it's important that we do it publicly so everybody kind of can see some of the great things that our officers are doing. And so we asked Jacob to come today because we want to talk about an incident on January 6th of this year. It was about 10 minutes till 10 in the morning, and he was dispatched to Mackle Street for a report of a 1-year-old that was in cardiac arrest. He arrived on scene, jumped out of his vehicle, and ran to the mom who was holding the baby in her arms. She was screaming helplessly for assistance. Corporal Brown took what's described as a blue-faced infant from the mom, began a preliminary assessment to determine what was really going on. While doing this, he remained calm, professional. He kept a calming demeanor and helped the mom, like, kind of help her keep, a little bit of composure about it, because you can imagine how she must have been feeling. So he's also talking soothingly to the infant and encouraging the infant to breathe. And then after some positional manipulation and administering the Heimlich maneuver, it appeared that the child had worked out whatever obstruction had been in the airway with his help from maneuvering him and doing this Heimlich. It seemed that the baby had had an obstructed airway either from mucus or some other foreign matter. Our child began breathing on its own, regained its normal color, and at this point EMS arrived on scene and took over and assessed the baby. Corporal Brown, of course, remained on scene and kept reassuring all the parties involved. During this incident, he demonstrated the ability to think clearly in an extremely stressful situation. And any of you have kids, and I know that Corporal Brown does, makes it even harder, right, sometimes to keep our composure on that. But we think that his conduct is in the highest standards in keeping with what we require of our officers, and we just appreciate and want to recognize him for that.
Mr. Gibbons, stand up.
I love the grin.
All five. This one? Yes. There we go. That's better. Yeah, now we can see both your faces. There we go. I like it. This is also his second life-saving award.
Let's go.
Third.
he does this.
Perfect. Love it.
Can't stop at a hat trick.
We said it over and over. EPD's the best, right? Give him a hand. Oh, the whole team. If only I was an officer.
Come on, Mayor.
Come on down. You know, Officer Brown saved my life one time too.
Did he?
Hey, quit chasing me.
Thanks for coming, Eric. Now you can go back to work. My
You're right. Listen, I want to make sure that y'all give us tax dollars and spend wisely all the time.
Thank you. I was going to recognize.
Looks just like it.
I like these moments.
Did she leave? Did Dawn Branch leave?
Yeah, come here. They call for you.
Dawn?
Coming back.
She's coming back.
Yes.
Are you leaving, or would you like to say a word real quick?
Sure. I was going to go back to work to spend taxpayer dollars wisely with my
Well, very good. Listen, I'd like everyone to get to meet you. You're running for election, right?
Yes, sir.
District
5,
5.
countywide election.
So Dawn was you were on the Board of Education?
I was on the school board for 8 years, 2010 to 2018, 5 of which as president.
Very good. Well, listen,
County council, District 5, it's a countywide vote. I would appreciate your vote May 14.
very good. Well, glad to have you stop in.
Thank you.
Okay, Lou George, you're up. All right, how you feeling? Oh, it's because of you. Oh. Oh, very good.
Separate the two.
Okay, I had a couple things, not many on the list. But Chief, I sent you an email real quickly a little while ago. Enterprise, we talked about it with the fleet of cars, but I'd just like to, they wanted to meet with us one more time and maybe look at your calendar and see what a good date would be for me and you and the person from Enterprise to talk about the fleet of vehicles. They had a new program for the police department, so I think should never say no when we have opportunities anyhow. We can always shut the door, but let's give them a chance to do their sales pitch. With that, I'll pass it on to Commissioner Brule.
Did you want to say anything about the parking meters? Or
See, I'm glad you brought that up. So I sent an email out to the board a little while ago about the parking meters, our meters, the way that they are today. Of course, we thought, on one hand, we thought we were doing a great thing by having the Arts Council paint them, make them look beautiful, but on the other hand, they weren't the best paint job in the world, and then what happens is you clearly, they don't operate the best that they do, and we haven't really had the best, quite frankly, we haven't had any enforcement down there because we haven't rehired anyone to do the loop. I think that we should take a real close look to see what, the city of Newark has the kiosks, they also have the Cash App that you can pay for the parking. If we go with the kiosks and you do like credit card only, if you do the Cash App only, those things, the dollars go directly into your account. We could make it go directly into an account, and then that way it wouldn't you really wouldn't have to have a person going around patrolling unless they see on the app itself, if we have police officers going by and it says that this person is in violation, then you could go by and slap a ticket onto the car. I think that's how that works. But I'd like to get someone in here to talk to us about the kiosks and or the Cash App a little bit. Is the board okay with that?
I'm in agreement.
very much.
Yes.
One thing that came up the other day, I was in the post office and they were mentioning to me that they have 70 employees, which is probably equals 70 cars. And they used to use the Union Hospital parking lot, and they're not allowed to use that any longer. So there's been 70 cars on Main Street in and around the post office, which has taken up a lot of parking also. I directed them to use the farmer's market parking lot. I think Michelle even took them down a little map to show them. But I'm not sure if we're getting much traction with that at all, because today there was no cars parked down at the farmer's market. So I think we need to encourage that, because I just think it's the right thing to do. So if the board's good with that, maybe we can look for some names of some companies, see who the city of Newark is using. The link that I sent over was from the Philadelphia Parking Authority. They went with all new systems, so that was the link that I sent to the board. Gene, you're on now.
I don't have much. I know we have a busy agenda this afternoon, but I guess I wanted to congratulate the Alliance for another successful event Friday night. They had a large turnout for the soup. There it is, I think it was called. And Commissioner Massimiano did a good job performing with his band. That was a good crowd. So there was good activity downtown Friday night. It's good to see.
It was a great night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soups were delicious.
Oh, and
What was the soup?
we have some chefs here. I
Yeah,
forgot.
they said no soup for you. You know, before I turn it over to Commissioner Givens, you know, it was a heartfelt moment for all of us, and you know, the passing of your brother. He was a good person, and I can tell you, every one of us was with you, and we really appreciate the email you sent back to us today. So the floor is yours.
I sent an email.
You did?
I have nothing to bring to the table other than thank you for the opportunity. Brother was funeralized yesterday. He lived life, so I know you can't complain about anything of that. So thank you for everything.
Certainly.
I'm good.
Rob?
I'd like to offer my condolences, Mr. Givens, to your loss. Would have been there, but I was in the dentist chair. But you were in my thoughts and prayers.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I would like to commend Public Works for their very speedy removal of the tree and the blockade on the sidewalk downtown. That was very fast, very well done, didn't interfere with anything. And I hate to beat a dead horse, but I promised a few citizens that I would bring up the subject of Minnie Haynes once again. The concerns are starting to lean toward a public health hazard with the presence of black mold in the building. So I just wanted to bring that up to the board one more time. Maybe we can have further discussions about that. And that's all I have.
All right, I wanted to make the board aware, I know that Luke just sent us back an email that he got a response back from the Minihane family. I know that they're working with the state of Maryland on that project. I think it's no secret that the building caught on fire, the building had no insurance, so now you have a building that's the state is moving forward with to get their money. And they're doing everything they can to make sure that that doesn't happen. And also saying that, I know that there's two interested parties that are looking at acquiring the property with them, but it puts us in a really bad position. It's not our building. We've sent letters to ask them to take action on the property, and the last answer was there's just no funding for them to take action on that building, and we're in a little bit of a pickle. We could possibly do the repair, or I would say the covering the building to make it safe, but we're looking at, then you'd have to put another lien against the property, and I think it's we're going down the wrong rabbit hole on this one. So with that, Commissioner Kleiner.
I thought he was going to leave me out. I was going to introduce myself. But anyway, first of all, my condolences to Mr. Givens for his loss of his brother. That's first thing on my list. Then I was going to mention about the bridge lights. It's funny how nobody noticed when they went up now. When they went off, everybody noticed, right? But did they ever follow up and get that fixed, Michelle, or you don't know yet?
I haven't heard. I think that if they had not, I know of
Yeah.
a citizen who would have been telling me.
Okay.
It went up, and then they, I think there were 6.
We're talking about the bridge lights at night.
Yeah.
They were hooked
I'll
up.
find out if
The recreation, neighborhood recreation center, they're really thriving, really strong with the youth basketball and the functions that are going on in there. Really doing a great job. I gave them a little guidance on how to free up some more time. So we look like they're giving practice to the little young kids. Then you got to come back Monday or Wednesday for practice. 3 kids show up, whatever. But figured it'd be best to go ahead and have 20 or 30-minute practice before the game, let them play, and then you're done with it. And then that would free up some more time out there and utilize the building a little bit more. So that was one thing. And somewhere along the line, I'd like to call for a closed meeting.
I got your information here, but
Okay.
as soon as we meet with everyone, then we'll have the closed meeting.
I did have one of the, I was talking about losing, I lost a brother-in-law last Friday, whose his funeral was this Friday, and through all that, it gives us the opportunity to unite with some good friends of ours that we all play basketball with. So I'll be hanging out with one of the NBA players that played for Chicago Bulls. Get your card signed. Dudley Bradley, he'll be in town, and he's going to hang out with me Friday night. So we have some of my famous in town for once.
Besides you.
On a good note, it'll be a good note after that. So he said besides me. Thank you, that's it.
Very good. Chief, is there any update you could give us on the homicide?
I can tell you that my detectives are still working that and are following up on some leads.
Okay. Well, there's no doubt, I know that our team will find the person. There's no question about it. And we'll get more details as we go. Alrighty, this is the time we open up the floor for the public to have anything to say. Have anything good to say for the town at this point?
Can I ask Dan a question? I forgot.
Yeah.
Dan, can you hear me?
Hey, Dan Hanley, can you hear us? There he is.
Commissioner.
Have you heard anything about the smaller cans yet?
I'll have an update for the board at the workshop. I'm meeting with them this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone on the Zoom meeting have anything to say for the good of the town? Seeing none, Commissioner Piner is requesting a closed meeting. So under, let's see, it would be to consider a matter that concerns the proposal for a business, industrial organization to locate, expand, or remain in the state is what I'm assuming it would be. Do we have a motion for that closed meeting?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And then we're also going to have a closed meeting to meet with personnel to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, performance evaluation, employees, and a little bit of budget information. So we're going to be meeting with Steve Repole, Chip Brumwell, and Andy Rodriguez. But we're going to meet with Steve first, then Chip, and then Andy, and there'll probably be like 20 to 30 minute increments in between. So do we have a motion for that closed meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and we will not reconvene. Thank you all, meeting adjourned.